Cody donates $90K home to Robyn's daughter, then marries her as his fifth wife? Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel, and I hope you're good by God's grace. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do so, and tap that bell icon so you never miss an update. Now, just when we thought that the Brown family saga had reached its breaking point, divorces, heartbreak, and public breakups galore, the following has come to light. And no, not even Meri, Janelle, Christine, or even the most die-hard Brownie fans knew this was coming. It all began under the radar. A property document appeared online, revealing a $90,000 house in Flagstaff had been transferred into Aurora Alice Brown, Robyn's eldest daughter's name. Within hours, Sister Wives fan forums were ablaze. Questions were being raised. How could Cody possibly afford to gift a home when the family's allegedly drowning in debt? And more importantly, why Aurora? That's when the rumors started to swirl. And with them, a long-buried secret started bubbling to the surface. Now, if you followed the show, you'll remember Aurora is Robyn's daughter from her first marriage, but Cody legally adopted her years ago. He always treated her like one of his own, but apparently, his connection with Aurora has gone far deeper than anyone realized. Sources close to the family report that since Cody's marriages to Meri, Janelle, and Christine all broke down, he started relying on Aurora heavily. A source even reported that he called her his light in the darkness. He explained to someone that she was the only one who hadn't turned her back on him. Aurora, now in her early 20s, came to live in the house entirely on her own, paid in full, in cash. And here's the kicker: Cody didn't inform his other children. He wouldn't even tell Meri or Janelle. When they learned about it, let's just say, all hell broke loose. The blow-up Janelle demands answers. Janelle was the first to bite his head off. She was incensed. Why was Aurora, she isn't Cody's biological child, and isn't his wife, being gifted a home paid for with what many suspect were communal family funds? Reportedly, Cody, taken aback, replied, "She's done more for me in the past year than any of you have in a decade." That did not sit well. Janelle exited. The cameras purportedly cut off. There was a family meeting. Christine, now blissfully with David Woolley, participated virtually. She did not mince words. She is said to have declared, "Our children can't even get a text from you, and you gave Aurora a deed to a home?" Even Meri, who had mostly stayed silent after stepping away from her marriage, was livid. "You've crossed a line no man should ever cross," she said, according to one source. But the money, that wasn't even the biggest bombshell. The rumors, a special relationship, whispers in the inner circle are that Cody and Aurora had become strangely close well before the house deal. Almost a year prior to the property swap, Cody began referring to her as his spiritual confidant. They'd go off alone for long walks on Coyote Pass, have private conversations, hours on end. And strangely, Robyn wasn't fazed. If anything, insiders claim she egged it on. She didn't want to lose Cody, one insider revealed. And when their relationship began falling apart, she allowed Aurora to step in. That's when things got really off track. A now deleted article on a fringe plural marriage blog caused waves in the fandom. A user by the name TruthSeeker1972 posted, "Cody Brown has entered into a spiritual marriage with his adopted daughter Aurora Brown." The post went viral. Over 15,000 shares before it mysteriously vanished. Fans on Reddit, TikTok, and YouTube dove in, dissecting old Sister Wives episodes frame by frame. Was Cody still treating Aurora like a daughter? Or had something changed? Then came an emerging, grainy, slightly blurry photo, enough to raise an eyebrow. It was Cody and Aurora in white, in front of what appeared to be a makeshift altar in Sedona. Robyn was present as well, crying and clutching a book. There was a man who appeared to be a fundamentalist officiant in front of them. Some believed it was a rededication. Others were sure it was more. A later anonymous TLC cast member said Cody and Aurora did a secret spiritual wedding in the fall. They didn't film it, the insider divulged. TLC would have dropped them in an instant. But we all knew. Robyn apparently referred to it as a spiritual sealing. "It was about rebuilding the kingdom," said Cody. And voila, #5thwife trended on Twitter for 3 days in a row. Robyn's role, a desperate move? Now here's where it gets really twisted. If this rumor is true, some think Robyn masterminded the whole thing. Consider this, she's the lone wife still standing, the sole one who didn't walk away. But Cody was fading away, emotionally checked out, estranged from a lot of his children. Robyn might have seen Aurora as the bridge, or perhaps even the bait. She was desperate, a source reported. Cody's other children despised him. Robyn felt like she was losing him too. Robyn's breaking point, and the fallout that could be its last. Since Cody's other wives were no longer around, Robyn noticed what others didn't. Aurora was Cody's soft spot, and one insider says Robyn didn't just roll with it, she went in on it. She reportedly informed Cody that their union was divine, that God realigned the family tree, and Aurora was destined to be more than a daughter to him. She presented it as a spiritual rebirth, a return to faith. But when the rumors became headlines, even Meri, usually the most circumspect of the group, couldn't remain silent. If it's true, she reportedly said, I will never forgive them. This isn't plural marriage. It's insanity. And thus was unleashed the backlash. Fans, critics, even the family's former friends started questioning everything from morality to legality of what was happening. Now, technically speaking, there is no marriage license between Cody and Aurora. But longtime viewers are aware that in fundamentalist communities, spiritual marriages usually don't need legal documents. Nevertheless, that doesn't necessarily mean it's controversy-free. It's not illegal, told one legal expert, but it surely does raise serious ethical questions, particularly with the adoption history involved. Social media was merciless. Grooming and emotional manipulation accusations flooded the comment threads. Hashtags #ProtectAurora and #Cody as cancelled went trending globally. And although the grown-up Brown children remained quiet at first, it didn't take long. The children speak out. Gwendolyn Brown, never one to hold back, tweeted, I knew something was wrong. Now I cannot even speak his name. Peyton Brown shared a mysterious TikTok. All fathers are not worthy of the title. Some need counseling. Some need to be investigated. And Leon, Meri's son, shared a straightforward message to Instagram. I am with the truth. Audiences were outraged. Fans started inundating TLC with calls for canceling sister wives outright and releasing any unaired footage. The network, caught off guard, hastily re-edited the forthcoming tell-all special. Host Sakanya Krishnan had complete leeway to pose the tough questions, and she didn't hold back. In one leaked video, Sakanya confronts Cody directly. Did you, or did you not, perform a spiritual marriage ceremony with Aurora Brown? Cody stiffens, stone-cold expression on his face. Silence. Robyn looks down at the floor. Off camera, Aurora Brown allegedly storms out of the studio, clearly distressed. The clip cuts off there. Shockwaves and silence. Fans are still divided. Some insist it's all rumor and internet hype. Others believe the Cody they once knew as a devoted father is now irredeemable. TLC has not formally cancelled the show yet, at least. But Robyn has remained silent on social media. Cody, sources say, has pulled back to Coyote Pass, hiding from cameras and telling others he's being persecuted for staying in line with the spirit. Aurora has been quiet publicly but remains listed on the deed of the house. Whatever it is, some wild rumor on the internet, or a black truth, it's certain that Cody Brown is no longer the man who was once the embodiment of contemporary plural marriage. Once a 18-year-old father idealistically aspiring to introduce the world to a different way of life, he's now mired in scandal, and perhaps spiritually or otherwise, married to the woman fans once thought was just his daughter. And that, whether true or not, could be the scandal that ultimately destroys the Brown family once and for all. Robyn wants out. I lost everything. Robyn Brown once had it all. She was the plural wife, the beloved one, the woman Cody never ceased fawning over. She possessed the house, the children, the moniker. Fans once labeled her the queen of the Brown kingdom. But now, Robyn Brown is allegedly alone, emotionally drained and financially strained, and sources indicate she wants out. As reported by insiders close to the family, Robyn is at her wits' end. She's not only sad, said one insider, she's drowning. She's lost the admiration of the other wives. Her relationship with the children is strained. And most hurtful of all, the fairy tale she once thought she lived in has disintegrated altogether. Let's not forget, Robyn entered the Brown family as wife number 4. She was the newcomer, the new hope, the fresh spark that was going to infuse new life into a dying dynamic. Fans had blamed her for messing up the original family for years, but Robyn had always argued in her own defense. She claimed to have just wanted love, a spiritual family, a place where she belonged. She believed in plural marriage. She believed in Cody, but now she's questioning everything. A confidential source reports that Robyn recently confided, "I gave up my independence for him. I let him lead. I defended him through every storm. And now I'm sitting in a house full of broken dreams and unpaid bills. The house of cards is crumbling, a one-time dreamer with a spacious home and a life of ease." Robyn and Cody are presently said to be in the midst of a financial meltdown. His investments failed. Coyote Pass, the property they discussed for years, remains vacant. And the family's TLC deal is, according to sources, being renegotiated on a considerably smaller budget. Even the network is said to be losing confidence. And so is Robyn. A source close to them confirmed they're finding it difficult to keep up with the mortgage. Times are so tight, Robyn has even gone back to selling jewelry for the first time in years. "I already did." Robyn Brown's breaking point and the collapse of Cody's last marriage back. When she met Cody for the first time, Robyn felt like she was beginning anew, a solid spiritual family and a secure future. But nowadays, at age 45, she stands here amidst the ruin of what was once a dream. "I never imagined being this age and feeling this unstable," Robyn reportedly told a close friend. And it's not just about her. It's affecting her kids too. Their lifestyle has changed drastically. "There's tension in that house every single day," one longtime family friend shared. Not too long ago, Robyn had coffee with a family friend. What began as a drop-in visit quickly became emotional. "She was a wreck," the friend said. "She kept repeating over and over, 'I can't do this. I can't pretend anymore. He's not the same man.'" Presumably the second she spoke of Cody's rage, his emotional withdrawal, and how he now treats her, not as a spouse, but as an encumbrance, she burst into tears. Robyn feels blamed for it all. The broken family, the money woes, the public outcry. And now she's beginning to accept the guilt Cody dangles before her. Staying isn't love. This is the first time since 2010 that Robyn's apparently fantasizing about a life without Cody Brown. Christine leaving shook things to their core. Janelle's leaving cracked the walls. And when Meri left, Robyn stood alone. She believed being the last wife standing would be security and stability. But now it's become so much weight. A marriage that is like a prison. "He no longer even hugs her anymore," claims an insider who knows the show well. "He's bitter, angry, and stuck in the past." And Robyn feels utterly isolated, even in bed. Robyn begged for couples therapy, but Cody won't have it. He told her she should be thankful he was with her, says an insider close to the family. But Robyn's learning the bitter truth: remaining isn't the same as loving. It's not respect. It's not support. It's just survival. Friends close to her report she's talking in secret to divorce lawyers, not yet to file, but to get a read on what's available. She's considering the future of her children, one of her lawyers confided. She said to a friend, "I don't want my daughters growing up thinking this is what a marriage is all about." She's even considered renting a house in the area. And in a surprising turn, Robyn apparently contacted Christine in private, seeking guidance on how to begin anew after ending a plural marriage. Christine's answer: a single sentence. "You have more strength than you know." Cody's tantrum, and Robyn's last straw. When news reached Cody that Robyn would possibly leave, he didn't take it graciously. He lost it, one source said. He began yelling about betrayal, said Robyn was just like the others, blamed her for turning the kids against him. Cody was said to scream, "I gave you everything. You were my last hope, and now you want to leave me too." Sources indicate he even phoned TLC insisting that they cease recording Robyn if she attempted to leave, stating it would destroy what's left of the family's reputation. But come on, that reputation is already on life support. And in a shock move that left everyone reeling, Robyn made a move no one was anticipating. She sent handwritten letters to Christine, Janelle, and Meri. She apologized as someone who witnessed the messages said. She owned up to her part in what destroyed the family. She admitted that she got consumed by being the favorite wife, that she coddled Cody's worst habits. And now that she sees it, she realizes the harm that it has done. She closed the letter with, "I thought I was winning. But I lost all of you. I lost myself. And I think I've lost Cody too." Meri didn't say anything. Janelle sent a bear prayer emoji. Christine, always empathetic, responded, "You're not the villain, Robyn. You were just another victim. Even the kids see it. Now Robyn's children, Aurora, Brianna, and Dayton, have also observed the change. A neighbor states that the brawling can be heard outdoors. They know their mom is not happy, the neighbor said. One of Robyn's daughters has allegedly told a schoolmate, "Mom says she feels like a ghost." Even Dayton, who was formerly close to Cody, has distanced himself. He's upset, a source close to the family revealed. He sees how Cody behaves toward Robyn these days. There's no joy, no sweetness, just chilly distance. Cody's other children, his biological children, are not shocked. "We noticed how he idealized Robyn," Gwendolyn revealed in an intimate conversation with fans. "But at the end of the day, he never defended her. He simply dominated her." Robyn's quiet goodbye. Sources report that recently, Robyn finally sat Cody down and told him what she'd been holding back on for years. She informed him, "I'm not happy. I haven't been happy for a long time. And I don't think I can live like this anymore." Cody didn't say much. He simply gazed out of the window. Finally he muttered, "If you leave, I have nothing." To which Robyn softly replied, "I already did." She hasn't officially moved out, not yet, but she's begun. Robyn Brown is finally drawing a line in the sand. She stopped going to group filming events with Cody. No more promotional shoots. And she's told producers firmly that she's done with the reconciliation storylines. One crew member put it bluntly, "She's done pretending." And truthfully, this is the realest we've ever seen Robyn. There's a quiet strength behind her choices now. She's even exploring how to stand on her own 2 feet financially. Maybe relaunching an online store or even writing a memoir. And yes, word is she's open to dating again someday. "I want someone who listens," she said. "Someone who respects me, who truly sees me." One evening, as the sun sets over Flagstaff, Robyn stands quietly in the kitchen. The home that once felt like a sanctuary now feels like someone else's. The lights are low, the silence heavy. Then her phone buzzes. A message from Christine. "You've got this." The hardest part is leaving. The second hardest part is healing. But what comes next is freedom. Robyn smiles, barely. One tear glides down her cheek. But this time it is not one of sorrow. It is a tear of awakening. A start, after all those years standing with Cody Brown, after seeing her sister wives depart, one at a time, after being the sole woman remaining in a family that dissolved long ago, Robyn Brown is at last putting herself first. And Janelle and Meri, they've had enough as well. For years, Meri Brown and Janelle Brown weren't exactly close. Their relationship was more, let's say, tense politeness than true sisterhood. Fans of Sister Wives saw it firsthand. The awkward silences, the sidelong glances, the quiet resentment. But something changed when Robyn became the last wife standing. Once Christine turned her back on him, and once Cody's downward spiral became impossible to deny, Meri and Janelle began to view the world differently. Instantly, they perceived each other not as competitors, but as survivors. And they shared one thing: they'd both been shoved aside, ignored, and emotionally banished by the same individual, Robyn Sullivan Brown. Let's not forget, Janelle was always the practical one. Self-sufficient, reliable, dedicated to her children, and getting the household going. Meri, the first legal wife, had a past with Cody, complicated on an emotional level, certainly, but faithful. Robyn burst onto the scene in 2010, and all of that changed. She married Cody as his legal wife, his favorite, the center of his life. She didn't just marry Cody, said one family friend. She married his soul, and in return, he gave her everything. The kind of attention, love, and power the other wives had to fight for. Janelle's financial support? Ignored. Meri's loyalty? Tossed aside. And Robyn? She smiled through it all, like butter wouldn't melt in her mouth. But now, Meri and Janelle are no longer staying silent. Let's discuss Coyote Pass, the family's Arizona dreamland. It was to be a new beginning, a paradise where they'd finally create their plural utopia. Instead, it was turned into a battleground. Word on the street is that Robyn badgered Cody into granting her legal title to more of the property, shutting out Janelle and Meri. She figured she was going to inherit all of it, said one insider. She was already thinking about a life after Cody, when she'd be stuck with it all. But Janelle discovered the truth. And so did Meri. And that moment, that was the tipping point. Last spring, the two women sat quietly at a small cafe in Flagstaff. No cameras, no producers, just two former wives finally willing to speak. They hadn't had a good heart-to-heart in months, the source claimed. But that day, everything came out. They discussed it all. How Robyn manipulated the money, how Cody allowed her to make decisions that impacted all of them, and how every time they attempted to speak their truth on camera, they were manipulated to appear bitter or jealous. They wept. They laughed. Then, they formed a plan. This isn't about jealousy anymore, one of them allegedly said. It's about respect. It's about holding Robyn accountable. We let her play the victim, Janelle allegedly said. But she's been the most powerful one of all, Meri replied. She used her tears as a weapon, and we all fell for it, even Cody. Now, they're ready to speak up. They've been doing interviews, shop around for book deals. And yes, word is they're selling their own spin-off series. Working title, Sisters Without Him. And the sister wives tell all special. That was the moment everything came to a head. The tension finally snapped when the topic of Robyn came up. That's when Meri was questioned, point blank, if she thought Robyn was the cause of the complete disintegration of the family. Meri didn't blink. She stared straight into the camera and declared, yes. And I think she knew exactly what she was doing. Janelle nodded, adding, she played the long game, and we handed her the crown. Robyn, understandably enraged, was said to have stormed off the set in tears, describing the interview as an ambush. But sources describe her off-camera reaction as even more volatile. She was incensed behind the scenes. She supposedly screamed at the producers, and even threatened to walk off the film entirely. Cody, caught in the middle as usual, refused to intervene. They've all turned on me, he said. Maybe I deserve it. For years the fans had heard Robyn referred to as the quiet one, the soft-spoken gentle favorite wife. For some reason she managed to get her way, without even requesting it. But now, the atmosphere has changed. Social media exploded in solidarity with Meri and Janelle. Social media users wrote such messages as justice for Janelle, Meri deserves better, and Robyn weaponized her tears. Even ex-fans of Robyn began to doubt her intentions. She built her castle while the others were drowning, wrote one of them in a viral TikTok. That's not love, that's selfishness. Now Meri and Janelle are said to be cooperating with a law team to investigate how finances were handled all those years with Cody and Robyn. A source said, there are legitimate questions about how much was spent on Robyn's home, and how Cody directed resources her way, while the other families suffered. Janelle is angry deep in her soul. She paid for the children, groceries and electricity out of her own pocket, while Cody was off paying off Robyn's bills and purchasing her new vehicles. And Meri? She forfeited her legal marriage to Cody so that he could wed Robyn. Then, she thought it was a matter of the spirit. Nowadays, she refers to it as the biggest mistake of her life. I thought I was doing something spiritual, she supposedly said. Turns out, I was simply surrendering my power. With his family falling apart around him, and the one wife who remained now under attack, Cody appears to be disintegrating. He's withdrawn, a source on the set revealed. He hardly speaks to the kids anymore. He doesn't call Meri. Janelle hasn't spoken to him in months. Only Robyn continues to talk to him on a regular basis, but even she is beginning to wonder. She asked him once, was it worth it? He didn't respond. He knows the women are uprising, an insider reported. He constructed this kingdom from one queen. Now he's seeing it dissolve. Meri and Janelle are no longer ex-wives. They're no longer competitors either. They've become much more powerful tellers of the truth. In a recent podcast they both guested on, Meri dropped some real truth. We thought we were weak without him. But it turns out, we're stronger together than we ever were with him. Janelle concurred. We don't hate Robyn, she explained. But we won't sit back and let her rewrite the past. And that may be the most affirming message of all. Sources around Robyn tell her she's scared. Afraid not of losing Cody but of losing control of the tale. She's always been the emotional hub of the family. Suddenly she's being questioned and excluded, while the other women get their turn.
There's speculation that Robyn will pen a memoir to set the record straight, but devotees aren't so sure. One of the commenters captured it best. She had years to tell the truth. Now it just looks like damage control. For over a decade, Sister Wives took us on a tour of a family unlike any other. But that foundation, cracked. The pillars have toppled. And what remains standing are the women stronger than ever. Meri and Janelle aren't merely surviving. They're the resistance. They're the truth. And in a twist no one saw coming, they're closer now than they ever were before. All thanks to the woman who once stood between them. As for Robyn, time will tell if she'll remain Cody's final wife, or just another name in the story of his downfall.